Welcome to Save Your Sanity, help for handling hijackals, those difficult, toxic, and often disturbing people in your life. I'm Dr. Rhoberta Shaler, the Relationship Help Doctor, and I'm here for you. You'll get the insights, skills, strategies, and support to stop tolerating verbal and emotional abuse, whether it's happening now or it happened to you in the past, maybe by a parent, partner, ex, relative, or even a coworker. Time to take life back, to recover and to rediscover you, your values, dreams, desires, and realize them in healthy ways in healthy relationships. I'm so glad you're here. Hello and welcome to Save Your Sanity. I'm Dr. Rhoberta Shaler. You know, we talked a lot in a lot of episodes about different kinds of relationships that you might have with a toxic, difficult, often disturbing person. You know, I call them hijackals. These are the people that hijack the relationship for their own purposes. That's all they're interested in. And then they scavenge them for power, status, and control. But what about if you're dating one? What do you need to know about dating a chronically difficult person? Because they tend to be predators. And so it's very important that you know some red flags that are happening. So I want to share with you some of those things today. Now, I'm not going to put some sweeping generalizations over because everybody has bad days and everybody goes through rough patches. You've been there yourself, I'm sure. Someone you care about is overwhelmed or stressed to the point of snippiness or name-calling, or worse, they have a complete meltdown or blowout. And it's surprising and annoying, but you understand. You have compassion. You make an exception because you know that is temporary. Things will change. They'll be all right. Those people fall into the momentarily difficult people category. But then there are the others, the chronically and relentlessly difficult people category. And these are the people who suck you in and spit you out twice as fast. Their motto just seems to be, come closer, go away. It could be an impossible-to-please parent. That family member who ruins every gathering could be one. Or a coworker, maybe, who wants you to pull the covers over your head and miss a day's pay, and they take great joy when they make you do that. What if it's your partner? He or she started out so sweet, so interested, so interesting and understanding. She did everything she could to please you. He showed his thoughtfulness in all the little ways that count. And you really felt seen, heard, known, appreciated, and accepted. You were on cloud 9. It was a match made in heaven. Except there were these dark clouds, fleeting at first, and then they slowly moved in to stay. Your partner made promises and promptly forgot. At first, you got an apology. After a while, it disintegrated into, you should never have asked me to do that for you in the first place. It's your fault. In the beginning, you wanted to so much believe the excuses, you wanted them to make sense, that you wrote it off as just being a bad day. But slowly it's becoming apparent that it's going to be another bad year. You have to see these red flags really early on. So what are the red flags you may be missing? Well, nothing you do pleases them. You can't do enough for them. They change their minds on a dime. They constantly blame you for everything. According to them, nothing is ever their fault. They always keep you uncertain, never sure of things, nothing nailed down. And they're quick to tell you that everything they think, feel, and do is justified. But everything you think, feel, and do is not. Whoa! Are you aware of some of those things happening in your relationship? Well, that's how the erosion begins. And they'll keep it up until you're worn down and worn out. And believe me, it never ends. Yes, every now and again they'll try to please you when they really want something, but truly this pattern never ends. And I know, at first you're hopeful. You think that he or she just needs more love or understanding or compassion or patience, and you knock yourself out to please them. You do everything to sidestep possible eruptions and tap down everything to keep the peace. You do the opposite. Soon you've turned yourself into a pretzel, and yet nothing improves. That's why I coined the term hijackals for these chronically difficult people, because they're constantly making you second-guess yourself and question your sanity, and their behavior truly is crazy-making. My mom was a hijackal. She would smile and laugh, convincing her customers that she actually looked forward to seeing them. Endlessly manipulative, she was at her best at work. Even there, her co-workers knew differently. They avoided her, knowing she could turn on a dime. But I stood many a time off in the corner watching her greet her customers as a postal clerk, and it was all sweetness and light and how are you doing and isn't life grand? And behind that smile, behind those eyes, there was no twinkle, there was no warmth. It was a show. At home, she was the worst. Nothing was ever good enough for her. Even as an adult, when I was an adult, it continued. If I was focused on my children, she wanted to know, why wasn't I making my mark in the world through my career? And when I was at the top of my game in my career, she questioned, well, what did you have children for? Why did you bother if your career is so important? No question, she could keep me second-guessing myself. No, I saw it. I heard it. I could identify the crazy-making. But it didn't mean I didn't feel it at deep levels, and I know you do too. It is nasty, and it keeps you completely in chaos internally. Hijackals are out to dismantle your self-esteem and shatter your world. Whether that's your parent or your partner or a coworker, somebody in the community, a friend. Look, they'll be everywhere once you start to understand. And as they try to dismantle your self-esteem and shatter your world, they'll do it slowly, adding insult to injury over time. And just when they've stolen your heart or garnered your trust, then they whip the rug out from under you and send you tumbling. You think it must be your fault that things aren't working out well. If only you were kinder or more patient or more understanding, surely things would be different. No, wrong. That's where the downward spiral starts. You take the responsibility for their unreasonable behavior. This is where the real danger of shattering your world begins. Is this sounding familiar to you? If it is, know that you can heal all of this. You can change all of this by becoming extremely aware, very aware, right in the moment it's happening, and then you respond differently. You must learn to recognize the truth of what is really going on for your own sanity. When you actually see the patterns, you really step outside of the relationship and see them, then you can change your approach. Dealing with chronically or relentlessly difficult people in healthy ways requires that you have boundaries and be strategic. Now, I have several episodes on boundaries, so if that's something you need to shore up, be sure to go back and look for those episodes. Because these people, these hijackals, these relentlessly difficult people, they'll tear you down and wear you out and somehow make you feel like the most confused, unreliable, thoughtless person on the planet. And that's what they want. Know this. You are not responsible for making them happy. You're not responsible for meeting their demands. And you are not responsible for living up to their unrealistic and unnecessary expectations. You also do not need to participate or dwell in or add to their drama. They will do it all by themselves. And when you move back and you just start observing it and not taking it in, but just observing it, you will see these patterns. So if you think you may be caught in what I call the hijackal trap, you need to escape. I wrote a book about it. It's called Escaping the Hijackal Trap. It's downloadable at Amazon. Just go to Amazon, look for Escaping the Hijackal Trap. Don't let a chronically or relentlessly difficult person destroy your sense of yourself and shatter the world, your world. Do not give them that power. They do not have that right. Do not give them that power. Take it back. Get some boundaries. Listen to those other episodes about establishing strong boundaries and what to say. And you'll feel more confident, and your self-esteem will grow as your confidence grows. And this will be a good thing. It'll be a good thing for you. It will make you feel healthier and stronger. It'll be a good thing for your children to see if you have them. I hope this has meaning to you, and I hope you'll take it to heart. I'm Dr. Rhoberta Shaler. I'm so glad you're here as usual. I hope you'll share these podcasts with your friends. Tell them to listen in too, wherever they like to download their podcasts. And always visit me on the Binge TV network as well. Take good care, and let's talk soon. I'm so glad you spent this time with me today. I hope you heard something that touched your heart and empowered you to move forward. You can have the life and relationships that you most want, and that begins with you, within you, today. I'm always here for you. Life can get better, and you heard that from me, the Relationship Help Doctor. I'm Rhoberta Shaler, and I work with clients throughout the world through video conferencing. We can talk. So learn more at forrelationshiphelp.com, forrelationshiphelp.com, or visit me on YouTube at For Relationship Help. Join me for next week's shows.